Welcome to Hardcore Garage. It's Friday again, folks. And today I had to make a little run to buy some parts for Maui Waui. So I'm going to do a little easy how-to video. And I don't think there's probably a single person in the world that doesn't know how to do this, but there might be. So let's take a look at what I got. Go through a little quick tutorial of how to change that part out, and we'll go from there, I guess. I'm Johnny Garage Johnson, and this is Hardcore Garage. I picked up one of these X2 batteries, mainly just because it has a blue top, and I wasn't going to put any other colored batteries inside this engine compartment, even though the blues don't quite match. It's just the thought that counts, guys. So is there anybody out there that has never changed a battery on a Chevy S10? 82 to 93, 94 if you got a Blazer. It's fairly simple. Let's just go through this. That way everybody knows. Now, one thing you'll notice here is that big ass bolt coming out of my positive. This is not correct, nor is that factory. But a lot of times these batteries, you over tighten them or you put some extra stuff in there. If you look over here, I got some extra wires under there. And what happens is that lead thread thing just eventually just strips out. So you have to put a longer bolt in there to be able to get some of the threads that are back in the back a little farther. For some reason, those factory little tiny guys just don't have much threads. You'll see when we pull this one out. This is going to be an 8mm. Not factory, going to be a 9/16. I believe that would have been an 8mm too if it was factory. And then we have a 13mm deep well going down to the battery tie down bracket down in there. It is a carriage bolt that's coming up through the backside, and it's sandwiched between your inner liner and the bottom of the tray, so it can't go nowhere, but you'll just back this nut off there and the battery will come right out. So let's do that. The first thing you'd normally want to do would be get your positive off. And since this is as a double here, I need to loosen this nut a little bit. And you notice it wasn't very tight anyway. That's just holding the extras there. And then break that loose. And I'm hoping that I have one of those little brass guys that will replace that. Let's set that right there. And we need our 8mm. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. And last but not least, let's just take this nut off the top of here. Should come off fairly easy. I don't think I've ever ran into one of these that didn't just come right off. It's a specialty bolt nut with a built-in washer. Don't drop it when it comes off. Let's look at the size difference in these guys. Hopefully that one fits. It's supposed to. They are a 78 series battery that goes into these things. That says 75 right there. And I'm pretty sure that says 78 somewhere. I see a 68. 78. And this one, unless I was looking at something different, 75 max. Is that not the 75s? Yeah, I ain't a battery guy. But anyway, they're clearly different size. What your tray looks like, hopefully yours is a little less rusty than mine. The mount is just this little block here. Oh, the irony. Wonder why that has green on it. Did I put that in there? Is that Slime Time's battery tie-down block? Here's an interesting fact. That is the battery tie-down block that comes with an Optima battery, and it is pretty similar to the S10. All right, let's strap this guy back down in here and hope for the best, right? If it fits, I sits. Fits better than the other one. Pretty much a perfect fit. Where did I put that block? Right here. Let's throw that back down on there. It pretty much only goes on one way. This one actually is a little different than the Optima. The Optima one would go on only one way. I don't know if you guys can see that in there, but it's grooved in the center. So even if you flipped it over upside down, which I'm going to do that way, you can't see that green paint. That makes me wonder if that is from Slime Time. I don't remember this not having a tie down, but I don't know. When I get them, sometimes I'll go through and just kind of throw in this little dumb things that it's missing a wing nut or something. I would throw that on there. Yeah, that blue's not quite the same. I know. Maybe I would have liked it better with a black one and just color. I can always paint it, but then the battery is $400. It does have a good warranty. It's good till 2029. 100% covered until 2029 is what they told me. Give me back my socket. Oh, come on. Now I don't know if I think it's tight. Now I need to see if I got one of those brass things. I do. Pop this thing apart real quick and I'll show it to you. I know you guys have seen these things before. If you've ever done any kind of stereo installs, I hate laying my tools painted surfaces, even though this stuff ain't the greatest right here. So here you go. You guys can see that. It's pretty close. This would be the factory diameter of your factory, whatever these are called. So it'll just go right through and hopefully tighten down here. You don't get many threads when you do that. It's like one of the flaws of these things is why they bottom out or end up stripping out, I think. And it's so scary doing that. Just does not feel like it's screwing in there. There we go. I got a little tension there. A little tension. And you want your battery post tight, because if not, you'll get some corrosion. There's always a delicate balance on these batteries, guys. All right, so we'll pop that off. Now we actually have a lug specific for these wires that I probably should replace the end on that one too. Oh, I had a little spark there. I wonder if that means I got some draw somewhere. There you go. You hear them pumps kicking on. That kind of makes me wonder if that pump wasn't left on and that's what killed my battery. I would never do something like that. Never, ever, ever. One cool thing that happened is I forgot to bring a core when I went up there. It's going to be another $22. And I didn't say anything. I was just like, man, that sucks. I forgot it. And the dude took the $22 off my bill anyway. So A+, bro. It looks way better than a green one would. I contemplated yellow as well. And Optima was the only thing I could find in that color. I bet she starts now. How's that for confidence that it's going to start? Oh, rub the dust in. It's fine. It's fine. Totally fine. Let's let some of this air conditioning outside. If more people would do that, we'd have a lot less hotter planet.
Shall we go for a ride? You always got to celebrate. Let's go for a ride.
Well, she rode fabulous and always takes the most awesomest pictures. That truck is meant to be in front of a camera. When you see it in person, you're like, there's some flaws there that you don't see in the pictures, and that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, hope y'all appreciated the small little tutorial there. I know most of you are like, I know how to put a battery in my shit, man. Come on, give me something real. The weekend is what's real, bro. Y'all go have a fabulous one. Keep on trucking.